Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lucid. We are almost to the end of this series with Mictlan, since it's turn 38 and the apocalypse is coming at turn 40. And without further ado, we will get into our game. A message has arrived from Man. Greetings, Mictlan. We have completely lost sight of the forces of Utgard. He had two armies, one in the south and the other in the north. The southern army was besieging Midgard, but left there 2 months back. Our assumption is that he will be tilting for the Water Throne. From what we can see, Utgard and Pythium remain the largest threats. A message from Ulm. Foolish sun worshippers sending their armies into the darkness of Ulm. You can keep destroying us, but we will keep rising from the dead. Already your corpses that once an army have been raised from the dead, only serving to make us stronger. Heed the lesson of your dead prophet. Who now guards the barricades? We are blood. We are blood and death incarnate. You will only find misery here, death and despair, and toads. The toads part is funny since I've been casting Reign of Toads on him, so that's kind of funny. A message from Mictlan. The vampires of Ulm have been dealt with before they could grow in number. Ulm we didn't do outgoing diplomacy last episode. Ulm brags of killing my armies, yet it's his armies that have been destroyed to a man. Ulm brags of killing my prophet, but it's his god which lies crumbled on the ground, soaked in the blood of his armies. Ulm claims that we are now weak after losing some couple hundred troops, yet we continue to take his lands and forts while defending the lands of Mictlan elsewhere. Never trust the lying vampires of Ulm. Every word that ekes from their mouth is filled with deceit. Every muscle in their cold, stiff bodies are weak and cowardly. A message from Satis. Pythium is very close to winning the game. They already own the level 3 throne at 10. This is the throne of the Pantocrator. They own the region 20 and just need to claim the throne, and they'll probably take 69 this turn. This is for a level 2 throne. That puts 6 points in 2 turns. There's a couple level 1 thrones within easy reach. I think he's actually mistaken. We'll talk about it, but I think 20 both of these are level 2 thrones. So that actually puts him at 7, which is the threshold for winning, which is very, very scary. So that would be in our outgoing diplomacy, though. A message has arrived from Midgard. Ignoramuses of Endworld. The Viking warning to all of you. The slimy sea dogs Pythium are in a position to ascend to the Pantocrator status in the month following this message. They are the most unworthy of all you heathens to take the position, and if you allow this to happen, the souls of Vikings will never forgive you from their place of feasting in Valhalla. Attack now if you have any self-respecting for your peoples. They have the throne of the Pantocrator and also have the 2 thrones in the seas that are not claimed yet. Go now for glory or be remembered eternally as fools that by your enslaved masters or ancestors. Another message. Bloodman, tell us if you can stop Pythium. We're not able to attack Swayjord, which I guess is one of his throne provinces. Actually, I think this is the Pantocrator throne. And even if our army was in position, we can't take down the fortress in time to stop Ascension. Utgard, we hope, can stop 1 throne, and we offer peace to them to encourage them to do that. We expect you still attacks them, and we've got no problem with you pursuing your own agenda. We know if Pythium ascends, you won't be able to. So we want you to know to take this problem seriously. So I think that's about it from Midgard. From Utgard, hi, I hope I understood the nap correctly, which is the last turn I received a message saying that I had 3 turns to prepare, and that was this turn. Next turn will be the 3rd turn, or can I expect an attack that turn? Are you issuing an attack order the same time I'm writing this message, or when you say 3 turns to prepare, did you mean that attacks would happen after those 3 turns? I understand it to be the latter. But because of in-game Diplo, there's no other. There's nothing we can do about it if there's a misunderstanding, so it's a midpoint. However, I'm playing my turn, assuming no attacks will be coming until the next. However, that is mainly because despite you parking a pile of Aussies on the border next to my throne, I surprisingly have bigger problems to deal with which is that Pythium is trying to sneak a throne rush in. He has moved into the water south of me, and his Pretender and some Hydras and stuff, and could take that underwater 2-point throne next turn, combined with the 3-point throne that already puts him at 5, plus I do not know the status of 20 or 37. 20 he has also. Which are also on his border or are already his. Fortunately for the world, I had some kind of plan in place for taking that underwater throne in case somebody rushed it, though I wasn't expecting it to be Pythium, so not 100% sure I can pull it off. But know that it is my priority at the moment. Okay, so that's good. Everybody apparently seems to know that Pythium is throne rushing. Unfortunately, I don't really have much of a border with him, except through the ocean, which I can't really marshal many troops. A message has arrived from Utgard, still hoping you agree with the same version of the terms I proposed last turn, especially considering these new circumstances. If you want to have a fight later, I'm fine with that, but in terms of winning the game, or rather not losing, I need to deal with Pythium first. All the best. So, it seems that Utgard thinks I'm attacking him a turn too soon. So let's watch this battle here. I'm jumping on top of his throne. And, yeah, just PD. So we're going to take that. This is turn 30... let me see if he actually... This is turn 38. I think I sent him the message on turn 35. So he got it on turn 36, which means I can only issue attack orders on turn 38. So I think I actually attacked him one turn too early, which is kind of embarrassing. But these turns take like a week to play out, and it had probably seemed like, you know, almost a month since I issued the attack order, and it felt about right. I mean, the nap ending order. So it probably felt about right, but apparently I attacked one turn too soon, so I'm actually really sorry about that. Now, normally I would wait, but now we're at war, so I guess I could sit on top of his throne for another turn. But if he has assassins or something in here, this is like a really dangerous place to just chill out. I would much rather have chilled out and then attacked at the right time. And he could do the same thing, basically, that Ulm did, and have Scrotty assassins inside. So, and I don't have many commanders here, so we're going to go ahead and storm it anyway and apologize. So I do send a message to Utgard saying, the Tribal Council gives you thanks for your thoughtful messages. First, let us address the issue of the matter of the nap ending. It seems we might have attacked one turn earlier as we go back and check our records. We sent you a message on turn 35, which means we can issue attack orders on 38, which obviously we moved one turn in advance, issuing our orders on turn 37. I was a bit rushed doing my last turn, and I felt the nap had ended a long time ago, since it was half a month in the past. It's too bad that mistakes take so long to make it between our great nations. That messages take so long to make it between our great nations, or we would have sorted this out. Since the nap would have ended this turn, and since the game is ending so soon, we can't back off the throne, but we can give you these 20 virgins to do with as you wish as some recompense. We hope you fight bravely, giants. And then I send him 20 blood slaves. We'll finish doing the rest of the diplomacy later. Let's go through the rest of the stuff for this turn. So, we cast Baleful Star one last time, and that will keep... This is probably all we're going to need to keep Ulm permanently locked up for the rest of the game. Okay, we got a fair amount of blood slaves, but that actually doesn't matter. We had some assassinations. Again, let's see what's happening here. Okay, so he got this priest, most likely. Yeah, and then coming down here... This is not going to go well for us. Okay, so we get kind of wrecked here by assassins twice, but that's only 2. That's okay. There's a battle between Man and Midgard. Midgard basically... I don't know if this was a gym baiting attack. Let's see what's going on here. No, it appears he's going to cast Doom on Man's army. He could have just done this during the main fight. I don't know why he necessarily wanted to do it ahead of time. And we can see the archers made very, very short work of him. So, there's a battle here with Ulm, where we just kill some PD. There's no point in really watching that. Actually, we'll watch it real quick. Because I think I have most of the guys on Guard Commander. There goes Wooden Warriors. wonder if I had... Did I lose anybody? No, I didn't. Okay. There's a battle here. Okay, that we already watched that. This was taking the PD on top of that throne. And there's a battle here with Satis. So, and actually, let's go jump, because honestly, the truly honorable thing would be to wait one turn and then attack. That would allow him to like marshal more troops into position. I don't really see troops on the horizon. I guess he would have one more turn to marshal and then one turn to kick me off. But again, that would be the honorable thing to do. And I thought about doing it, but then I thought if I do it, and he has assassins in here, then I'm basically guaranteed to lose this. And losing that would basically mean guaranteeing I lose the game. So I think we're going to stick with this. Normally I would. And if the game, if we weren't on such a tight turn timer, I would just back off, because whatever. But Pythium is about to win. Pythium's one turn away from winning. So it's highly likely the game ends next turn. And let's just talk about why. He has this throne, which all of a sudden now has like a... Last turn there were like 30 guys here, now there's 90. So my plan to send water elementals is unlikely to work. They have this throne, and this throne. And there's not much I can do about it except kind of take this one. And that's only because I raided here last turn. But anyway. So anyway, because if they have their god at 1 and their prophet at another, they can claim both thrones and then the game's over, they win. So basically all that combined, we're not going to wait one turn. We're going to go ahead and storm because, it's possible too we kick Pythium out, but then in a turn or two, they come back and try to win. And I need to get thrones when I can. There's not much time left in the game. Anyway. So I think that is... Oh, we stormed the castle, we killed some stuff. So now this castle's ours, which is important because there's still a lab in here. And this lab's actually really important. If this lab didn't exist, then I wouldn't even have a shot at kicking these guys off because I can't move there in one turn without Boots of the Messenger. And if I didn't have the lab, I couldn't get it, nor would I have access to my items. So because Olm was kind enough to not destroy that laboratory before we took this fort, we actually have a shot. Now, my original plan was to come in here and summon water elementals and kick these guys out. And that would work probably against the Triton Guards, Hydras, and Cataphracts. The problem is it's not going to work against a lot of Leocampus, which are basically like sea lions, and they're very, very fast. And the problem is that we have both our guys here at the back. The sea lions will run forward, largely ignoring the water elementals, and kill my guys. So then the question is, okay, well, what can we do? And if we can't do that, and if you remember, a long time ago, we got a Wraith Sword from an event, and we were thinking about what we could do. There's not a ton of good options here, by the way. But what I have come up with... Now, I could have done better armor, and maybe this would have been the wiser decision. Like, put this on, it would have given me slightly better protection. But then I would have to spend another turn on a Body Ethereal, and these... dogs get across really fast. I don't think I really tested that. Maybe I should have. Because with that, what are we at? We're at protection 12. Yeah, going up to 19 probably would have been a better call. But anyway, this... we test this. We tested it with water elementals. It doesn't work. You can't kill 90... of these dudes, especially if a significant portion are Leocampus. So what we've ended up doing is we've decided to thug this guy out. He's got the Wraith Sword, he's got Row of Shadows, and Boots of the Messenger. Now the good thing is that Astral Shield is going to cause everybody that attacks you to take an MR check or die. Or not die, but be paralyzed. And Leocampuses have horrible magic resistance, like horrible. So what's going to happen is this guy's going to run in, he's going to get surrounded by Leocampus, who are almost all going to be immediately paralyzed. And that's going to form a wall, which is going to keep me from getting surrounded by other stuff with potentially higher MR. We're going to finish with doing Liquid Body, Ice Shield, Breath of Winter, and Water Shield. All this water stuff makes them actually reasonable thugs underwater. Yeah, and the Astral Shield combined with Breath of Winter is going to freeze a lot of stuff around him. And then the Wraith Sword combined with being quickened. Did I not quicken self? Where the hell is that? Oh, that's like a major mistake. Oh, it's in my Bless. Of course, that's why I didn't cast it. It's like, why didn't I cast that? Anyway. Yeah, so with quickness and the Wraith Sword, we're going to be healing for a good bit. The issue, actually, is our morale. And our morale is only 14. And there's a few problems. One is just getting hit, even if we're regenerating, the hits can cause me to rout. And the second problem is if I get in range of the Hydras, I'm basically auto going to rout. Now, if I had more turns to prepare for this, I would forge a Flesh Eater, and I think I can forge Flesh Eaters. Yeah, so if I just had one in the bank, we'd be in a slightly better place. The problem if I were to only have a Flesh Eater is that it is going to cause me to not be able to carry the Wraith Sword. So I'm not totally sure what I would do. I don't think because I need some source of regeneration. I guess I could make a ring. Okay, I could make a Ring of Regeneration and a Flesh Eater, and that would have been a much better kit for fighting these guys. Unfortunately, we don't have that, and we don't have any time. Our plan to do Water Elementals, which would have worked well, is not going to work because all of a sudden last turn a bajillion of these Leo Campuses appear. So we're and I didn't, these guys make bad thugs, kind of. They're, kind of. Or I thought they did. But anyway, I have tested this and it works sometimes. About 35% of the time, we are going to kill his whole army and he will run away and we'll win the battle. About another 20% of the time, we are going to die. And about 50% of the time, we're going to kill most of his stuff, but then we'll get an unlucky morale check and we're going to run. And that's the best I can come up with. Now this guy, this guy's basically fluffing, so he can only get this guy ready for combat. I had thought about having him summon Earth Elementals. The truth is that the Leo Campus kill the Earth Elemental, or the Water Elementals very quickly. And they get here by about turn 3 in combat. So if I give him a third spell, then he will die, and that's it. Yeah, and I don't really... I guess I could have put another... Yeah, they can't fit in the same square. There's really no way to get him to be able to survive as well. Because you really have to stack a ton of the defensive things to get them to live. So... Yeah, I didn't even really test it, but what's my defense? 12? Yeah, there's really just no way he's going to make it. So, if I prepared better, maybe sending 2 thugs in would have worked. But, as you can see, we're barely doing this. Like, we just... Fortunately, we raided here last turn. Fortunately, nothing, happened. There's another issue, which is that we had an assassination here in this province they're going to be coming from. And it's a vampire assassin who is highly likely to kill these guys. And I can't give them any bodyguards because they're going into the water. So there's like a 1 in 9 chance, or no, a 2 in 9 chance that he assassinates one of these guys too. So when you stack that up with the fact that there's probably only like a 35% chance we're going to kill this army, and I haven't seen it yet. And I don't know what their bless is also. Because I haven't been preparing to fight Pythium really. Definitely not getting into to combat. So, like a thug type combat. So if he has magic weapons or something like that, then obviously we're going to be in trouble because we're relying a lot on body ethereal. And Hydras, the nice thing is we can probably rout the army before the Hydras get there. And if that happens, then we should be in good shape. So that is my plan to stop the Throne Rush. Here we can look at the scripting. I should have this all sorted out now. This guy is going to be doing Army of Giants on some of the flyers. We're going to be doing Divine Blessing, Bloodlust, Mass Protection, all these things on turn 1, and everybody's going on attack. We're not doing hold and attack. They're just going to bust through and kill things before, because if he has thugs in here, it'll that is most of it. The other thing is we're moving in a huge army here in preparation to take this Pangean fort. And if you haven't noticed, there's a ton of scouts moving in here also. And this is what we're going to need to do a quick shot at his throne, because we don't want to lose anybody important. And we're also going to be having a fair amount of redundancy. Like, we'll have multiple nature mages who can do mass protection. What we are not going to have, and this is going to kind of suck, is we're not going to have anybody to do divine blessings. So we're going to have to do blessings and stuff manually. But anyway, I don't think there's a big army here, and we can definitely kill the PD without too much ado. So that is the plan for that. If we just look around, there's not too much that appears to be threatening this throne, and there's not too much that appears to be threatening this throne. So all in all, we're looking kind of safe from a protecting our throne perspective. Now, the thing that kind of sucks, and this is really in the game settings, this game has kind of been determined by the game settings. Like, it's not very reasonable to think that I can do much to block Pythium from getting this throne, or that I can do much to block Pythium from getting this throne. Like, these are very far away. I'm not, like, they're not, none of those provinces border me. So this is kind of one of the things that sucks about doing a low throne count victory condition, is people can win without really sharing a border with you. And that's not something I really like when I set up a game. Normally I like doing it, so if you're going to win, you are going to have to get big enough, like you're going to have to kill enough people, where you're at least going to share borders with essentially everyone. And here you can see that's not really the case. But, you know, Pythium, for Pythium to do it, it's pretty amazing. I've never heard of Pythium winning in a late-age game. I mean, I'm sure it's happened before, but not that I've ever heard of. So that's basically it. I've done a bunch of testing. This is the best shoot the moon strategy I can come up with. The only thing no. Yeah, there's really not much else I could do. And it kind of makes me a little sad that I went Conjuration 5, because I'm not even going to use my my water elementals now, which was all part of this strategy to potentially take this throne. Yeah, it kind of sucks. And I can't get anything to go underwater. Now, if I had more time, I could recruit some of my serpents or things like that that can go underwater. But right now, it's just, we're going to roll with what we've got. There's a few problems with this. One is that I can lose both these guys, and they're slow to recruit capital mages, which is going to suck if I lose them and the game goes on. But we are going to assume full seriousness in stopping this. I don't think there's too much with it. Yeah, we got Bloodlust. Do I have double Bloodlust? No, just one guy casting it. This guy I probably should have scripted to Bloodlust too. And I probably, just for redundancy, because there could be assassins here, I probably should have also had him do mass protection. And I think that's it for this turn. We got to do outgoing diplomacy. So we talked about the message to Utgard. Okay, and now, so with Utgard, I'm addressing the second part, which is the Pythonese Throne Rush. Thank you for your insight on the Pythonese Throne Rush. We had some preliminary thoughts for how we might drive the Pythium out of a throne, where we are a few turns unprepared. We were told their god is in that army that took the throne south of you. We expect their prophet is in the army to the lake near Ulm, which is the throne I'm going to attack. Since both of these unclaimed thrones are level 2, that means they could potentially claim both thrones and win. As such, we will prepare a last-ditch effort to protect the peoples of Endworld from the most unglorious Pythium ascension. Fortunately, we're in a position to do something, though we aren't in a position to do much, since over the past 2 turns, he increased the army from a couple dozen to 100 guarding his underwater throne. Hopefully, either one of us knocks him off the throne so that the game may continue. If this does end this turn, then there will at least be a glorious battle between the Jaguars and the Giants. And then to every nation, I say, with Pythium potentially winning the game this turn, I just want to say that this is probably the first time LA Pythium has ascended to victory in the late age. The Tribal Council of Mictlan are humbled just to have witnessed such a heroic achievement, In the event that the game does not end, because of the last-minute and desperate measures by the peoples of Mictlan or Utgard, we will accept payment from other nations as your leaders see fit. And then to man, I say, end times are among us, and we are somewhat surprised to find that you have been trustworthy neighbors to the end after your earlier deceit. While we have been busy seeking vengeance on the throneless Ulm, others are preparing for a throne victory. This turn we make an attempt to stop both of the throne leaders, Utgard, who is quite close himself, and Pythium, who can win this turn, the turn you're receiving this message, if he claims both his unclaimed thrones with his prophet and God. This is the benefit of spawning near level 2 and 3 thrones. Utgard is acting this turn to kick Pythium out of one throne, and I am acting to kick Pythium out of another. Quite desperately, I might add. My personal attempt to kick Pythium out has many things which could go wrong. Vampire assassins in the province I'm attacking from, and Pythium's huge aquatic army guarding the underwater throne, while I have no aquatic army myself, and those are just some of the minor challenges I face as I throw myself at Pythium for the good of Endworld. The evening will run red with the blood of giants, men, and jaguars as we try to prevent the unrightful ascension of those treacherous gods. While we have been waiting for a large battle between you and Vanheim, but appear to be missing. We've been waiting for a large battle between you and Vanheim, but appear to be missing it. Full measure God of the Sun. And then to Satis, I say both 20 and 69 are level 2 thrones, so that's 2 plus 2 plus 3 equals 7. Engage the Desperation Drive. And then to Pythium, I say, may your throne rush be punished, or if we fail in preventing it, may you be a merciful god. And then to Midgard, I say, we have very limited abilities to make a throne, or to take a throne from Pythium, since destiny has positioned my nation so far from all the level 2 and 3 thrones, and therefore from Pythium. We will not make any moves, however, on Pythium's land throne with our aquatic army, so no fear bumping if you sail in. So I have a small little army in the lake, which I could potentially send at his throne. I think I have no chance of winning that fight, though, so I'm not going to do that. A few pieces of twine and... Okay. We are taking a somewhat desperate shot at one of Pythium's aquatic thrones, where we have a few Kings of Rain, a few pieces of twine, and a big dream. Oops. Wish us luck. The game could end this turn, brave warriors of Midgard. And then to Utgard, I say, sorry for so many messages, giants. I'm sure your scribes grow tired of reading them. If we win this battle, which we hope we will, we have no further designs for your land, so feel free to move elsewhere without fear of further invasion. So that was referring to this battle in this throne. And so that's basically it. So we're looking at a Pythium throne rush, which could end the game this turn, if he claims both these thrones and he can't be thrown out. And we're looking at a big battle with Utgard. Now, hopefully, Utgard has a few Scrati which he can send in to fight this army. The thing is that if Pythium is using Hydras, which he's been using to get underwater, he needs to make sure that he puts Flesh Eaters on his Scrati, which is kind of the normal weapon you put on them. So it's not very weird. Scrati have built-in regeneration. Normally you put some kind of armor, some kind of reinvigoration, and then a Flesh Eater on them, and you just let them kill stuff, and a Vine Shield. So hopefully he's prepared, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll just do what we can. And I think that is the turn. So thank you guys for watching. See you next time.